Hi, I'm Princess Diana. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing Resident Evil 4's remake. We got Ashley, and she's not doing so good. And we're not doing so good. Alright, hi guys. Just taking a minute to edit in that I want to say we're basically done our journey of Resident Evil 4's remake. And I would like to know if you want to see hardcore difficulty. If you do, I would heavily appreciate getting at least 10 likes just to know the interest is there. And just to give you a heads up of what I plan to do for hardcore, I plan to go for the S+, not just play hardcore. I actually plan to go for the S+. I do believe you win the chicken hat from it. And if I do this, it will be a exclusive ticket hand cannon run. And the ticket will be when, you actually win it in the game. I will do it that way. I think if I do end up doing it, I do not want to do a full video where it's like a 3, 4, whatever hours long it takes me to do. I would prefer to still do it in parts, but not like this series. I plan to do it where maybe like each part is an hour long. I know like we have to be under a certain time, but realistically, I don't know how long it's going to take me. So we'll just see what happens with the parts, to be honest with you. It just depends on how long it takes me. Anyway, back to the video. You're walking very slow.
Laboratory B. Looks like it's this way.
We got this. It's going to be a slow journey.
What the hell?
I just don't understand what Sadler doesn't understand. We don't want any.
Fuck, I'm losing it.
We look like you kind of drowning right now. We got this, Liam. We're almost to the door.
Still you resist, child.
Mood. Alright, everybody, move out the way. I ain't got time for this. Just think, though, if this is how bad it's getting, Leon honestly does not have much longer to fight this. That would really suck if Leon really became one of his little puppets. Uh-huh. It's okay, Leon. We got this. Alright, move out the way. We done made it. Proud of you. There it is.
This time, it has to be different.
Okay, but hold on. Let's let them do it first.
You go first.
No way. Like I told you, I'm gonna get you home safe. Here goes nothing.
Dang. no. Oh, that's a chapter end. Dang, Leon just toppled over. I find it very interesting how I think in the original, Leon actually went first to make sure everything was fine. And then Ashley went second. I kind of think that way makes a lot of sense just because, like, if you're out of commission, Leon, what the heck is Ashley going to do? But I also think it's cool that they reversed it in this one. Alright, let's continue.
Ashley. Ashley.
I'm right here. I thought you were gonna die.
Okay.
You did this.
Yeah. Yeah, I did this. Can you stand?
The map?
Yeah, I found it. I think it says we can get out if we go this way. Hey, we're a team, right?
Keep this up, I'll be out of a job.
Oh, look at their little smiles. Okay, so hold on.
All of this. Removing the parasites. This was Luis.
Yeah, we're alive. Thanks to him.
Okay, so our last statue is in this chapter. Not gonna get it just yet, but we'll find it.
I'm surprised this thing even booted up.
Be happy it did. Or she'll be kind of screwed. Methods for eradicating Las Plagas. There are two ways to eradicate Las Plagas: antigen injection and surgery. If the parasite has not hatched yet, it can be treated by administering antigen directly into the body. Once it has hatched, however, there's not much that can be done besides slow its growth. With surgery, the plaga can be targeted and killed using a certain wavelength of radiation, but this is not without its risks. If the parasite has attached itself to the host's nervous system, the host will experience excruciating pain, and there is no effective anesthesia for this kind of procedure. Surgical removal carries considerable risks even before the parasite has fully developed. Once fully grown, however, it is too late. Removing the parasite would kill the host, but considering what would happen to them, death may be a mercy. Europe Laboratory 6 Dream Team. Oh, you see him? I think he's in the middle. I think it's our boy. There's a Whis in the middle. And then whoever else everyone else is. Sadler's Animus? Do not be fooled into thinking that Las Plagas are merely tools for creating powerful bioweapons. Their true value lies in their ability to control. No matter how hostile the subject, a single injection can turn anyone into a faithful servant. Who needs spies when you can turn yesterday's enemy and today's ally? Controlling just one insider can bring an entire organization, an entire country, to its knees. Mass production of the superior species has made this possible. We have empowered Sadler. It is clear what he intends to do next. Can you imagine if Sadler had that much control? 6 billion loyal servants at his sole command? There would be no opposition, no war. Maybe for the first time in human history, the world would know peace. But I know how Sadler and the others have oppressed the people of this island for generations. I know how he treats them. That's no way to live. And because of that, I won't let it happen. A lot of read materials here. Right, we're just gonna cover the whole room. Look out, girl. Emails. Subject. Regarding our arrangement, from Luis. I've compiled the research data that you wanted. Meet me at the designated time and place. To be clear, you're going to get me the hell out of here if I bring you the goods, right? Subject. Regarding our arrangement. And we all know that's Ada Wong. I hope you haven't forgotten about the amber. Without it, the data is worthless. It would be a shame to let your seek go to waste, so do not make me return empty-handed. You still remember the code phrase, I assume. Now it's him again. Relax, I haven't forgotten. And don't worry about the amber. I'll figure something out. Think you can pick me up a pack of smokes on the way? Any brand is fine. Clearly, Luis and Ada making a deal. Okay, the amber. The sample, which I've come to call the amber, was just sitting in the storeroom collecting dust. We used to have ample specimens for experimentation in the past, so it makes sense that this one was overlooked. In fact, the only reason I brought it back to my lab was because of its peculiar shape. After a basic analysis, I've changed my mind. The amber possesses a very unique quality. Although small and in a suspended state, it contains the same organ found in the dominant species, which we've only seen in Sadler himself. When fully developed, the amber may rival or perhaps even surpass Sadler's power. Unfortunately, the amber was confiscated by Sadler before I could make any further progress in my research. He may be on to me. I need to get my hands on that sample again and escape in order to continue my research elsewhere. It's the only way to counter Sadler. Of course, I don't think I can trust this outside group either, but I've already come this far. Hopefully I can sweet talk my way out of this one too. I'll have to, for the world's sake. I would assume that's Luis. I don't know what that is. Masks. Samples. Anything else over here before I go? I think we just read this one. I think this was the emails. Yeah, it's not letting me read it again. Okay, so let me see something. Let me out. I think our next treasure is actually above us. But hold on, I would like to look in the room first. Actually, wait, let me just send her up.
Sorry.
Like I said, we're a team.
She's so sweet. Okay, while she does that, I'm gonna look around for a moment.
You're getting good at that.
Right?
Okay, so the one treasure we missed, I have to figure out which way we go to actually get to it. I guess this way, because it won't let me through that door. I guess I should have assumed that since we need the ladder. Me and my genius moment. Okay, our next treasure should be over here.
You sure you're okay?
Never been better.
Good.
He doesn't even say, what about you? Leon, manners. I guess he just knows she's better, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask.
Look at this place. That woman who helped us. You think she's alright?
Oh, I'm sure she's fine. She's not the type to roll over that easy.
Sounds like you know her well.
I think there's a bug over here. I think that's it right there. Where's the face, though? Is that the butt? I'm just gonna shoot. Alright. Here, do you mind? Time for you? Alright, so I think this is the room we originally saw the treasure in. Just give me a moment. I have to figure out how to get back over there. Wait, could I go around the other way and I just did not notice? I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, yeah. Don't leave this room yet if you want this treasure. So climbing up that would have made us leave. Whoa. Forgot about you. Okay. Watch out, Ashley. Alright, so let's check all this stuff out. So what's this? Osman. Let's check this one. Provenance monolith? I probably said that all wrong. Deep beneath the castle grounds, I have found my faith. Oh, behold, divine vestiges, oh my gosh, my English today, left upon this world. It all begins here, Adam Sadler. Oh, and there's our next treasure. Let's see. Luminato's final chapter. Praise be to the holy insects. We have been promised paradise on earth. Man, woman, or child. His love does not discriminate. Beast, fish, or bird. All creatures shall be equally blessed. Praise be to the holy insects. We are the humble servants of God. His wisdom will overcome any mountain. His omnipotence will cross any ocean. The light of heaven dwells in all things. Let our bodies be the seabed. Praise be to the holy insects. We are the flock and the shepherd guides us. Our prayers will be sung all over the world. They will be heard by all. At last, we shall exceed the stars in the sky. And now, we have one treasure left, but we can't get it just yet. Let's get out of here. Oh, I bet Ashley's so excited. We're basically almost gone. I think there's like 1 or 2 bugs in here. I see one right there. I think there's supposed to be another, but I legit don't know where it is. I hear it. I am not. You're not killing me here, my guy. I don't think so. Alright, we're good, Ashley. Where was that one, though? Is that it? Right? No more bug. No more bug. Okay, I think there's no more bug. Alright, treasure. And that's it. That is all the treasures of this area. Alright, let's not go for it yet. Let's go in here. See, buddy. Now, if I am correct, let me actually walk back out really fast. We should be getting really close to the final boss fight, actually. We are really about to do the boss fight.
Oh, nothing but the finest ways.
Is there a save point in here? I hope you all don't mind, but since this was basically meant to be for us, like, you know, to find all the treasures and stuff, I would like to have this final moment to use my favorite weapon of the game. So I hope everyone doesn't mind.
Welcome. What can I interest you in?
I'm still gonna fix this stuff anyway.
Give that the care it deserves, mate.
I will. Okay, so this part of the game,
I'll buy it at a high price.
this is where, if you want to, you can sell every treasure you have. Every treasure if you want to. I'm pretty sure money carries over
Ruby's all rubbish. It makes no difference.
to New Game
Price,
Plus.
well,
Shut up.
our choice to make.
But I'm pretty sure that money carries over when you do New Game Plus. So right now, what I would suggest, if I'm okay, so this, the red barrel and the yellow diamond are the ones that cost the most. They're the most expensive of their versions. So let's say circles and that's not squares, rectangle, but they're the most expensive ones of theirs, right? Then obviously this one and the sapphire are a little bit lower. The emerald and the ruby are the absolute cheapest because you know you find the most of those. I mean, look at my inventory, right? So what I would suggest is start with your most
Time is money,
expensive.
mate.
Shush.
Might want to take care of any leftover errands before going
This guy.
this way. Be ashamed to live the rest of your life wondering, what if? Am I right?
Shush. But what I would suggest, and I mean, I know this is obvious, but just in case, look at your items and find out which items have the most value. From what I've gathered, the elegant crown is the most expensive one. So this is the one you want to focus on the most. Do that first. Then look at the rest of them and find out, okay, what's the next most expensive? It would be this, and so forth. So see how, like, I think these are the cheapest, right? Or is it the bangle? About the same. But anyway, going forth, make sure you use the most expensive jewels. Again, this one. I think it's this one. Make sure you use the most expensive ones first, if you can. Just try. Then as you go down, you know, just keep going until you honestly just have these ones left. And don't forget too, you can go here and you can trade to get whatever he has left for you. So I don't know how many of these you can get. I won't lie to you. I don't know if it's just one. You can keep going. So make sure you get those as well. If you want to sell all of your stuff to get like all your weapons finished, you want to get the rocket launcher, you want to just buy what you don't have, this is the best time to do it. This is when I recommend to do it. at the end of especially your first playthrough. Now for me,
Welcome.
what I'm going to do, since I think I saved, I would like to finish the game with a rocket launcher. So, I'm going to throw this into storage, this into storage, this into storage, and this into storage. And you know what? While we're at it, we're going to put our knives in there. And we're going to put our first aid spray for next time. Wait a minute. Can I not put that one thing in there? I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you can store that one. There we go. I don't think you can store these. Don't think you can store anything else. I don't think you can store the little baby knife either. No. Anyway.
Self, stranger. Welcome.
This is a good time if you haven't already bought all of the recipes. Go ahead and buy all the recipes. There you go.
Right.
You can get this instead of the broken butterfly. But I'm here for this.
Not my place to say, really, but sometimes things are more interesting if you keep a level playing field. Don't you find?
Yes, I do. Now for me, I would like to beat the game like this. I have another save. If you want to see me do the fight the normal way, using like the handgun, sniper rifle, all that, leave a comment. I'll go back to that save, but if not, I figure since this was mostly just for us to find the treasures and all that, and the request, I am not even going to worry about fighting him correctly. But let's get to it.
Leon!
Oh, and the statues. I forgot about those.
Stay here. I won't be long.
Okay.
I really won't be long. This will be like 2 seconds tops. I don't know.
Ada!
I'm realizing some mistakes right now. We'll see.
Sadler!
Haha.
You far renegade. You have forsaken only body.
Really?
Thirst to become one with us.
That's nasty.
Absolution.
Don't want it. Ada, make sure I'm okay. Then she rolled out. Wait, I just want to hopefully make sure I hit him. I did. Nobody care about you. He said, you thought.
I'm getting sick of your shit.
Mood. So this is where mistakes might have been made. I think this is a timed event. I think it doesn't hurt me that I literally have no weapons. I think as long as I dodge and just wait out the time.
That suits you, Sadler. A monster in and out. Still, I need to cut this date short. It's not me. It's you.
I think this is a time event. I think as long as I just keep dodging, Ada will eventually throw the thing down. If I would have remembered to be smart and bring my my other weapons, I could have shot at him. And yeah, I think it just makes it go faster. Like, think of the village sequence. Ow. Where it's timed event, But if you were shooting at the people, ow, it would go faster. Hold on. Leon probably like, wow, can you actually dodge? Me like, I wish.
Use this!
I will. Wait, where did he go? Bam.
I'll give you a holy body.
Ew. Dang.
Ada, what the hell are you doing?
Nothing personal, Leon. Luis and I had an arrangement. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. Bride's here. You coming?
I think we both know this is where we go our separate ways.
I see.
Dang.
Better get a move on.
Cute.
It is cute.
Until next time, Leon.
Leon!
I told you to wait.
Where's she going?
Who knows?
I don't understand. Why would she just...
Gotta move. Island's gonna blow.
It's gonna what?
Yeah.
They really cut out one of the iconic lines. Remember old school Ada? She literally pressed the button to make it explode, and he goes, she really pressed it. That was an epic line. Why did we cut that?
Okay, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Our last statue is here. I need to get a gun out. That's good enough. Okay, so hold on. Our last statue is actually here, and I think it's after the guy burst through the door. I currently don't hear anything.
Now we can go home.
We're not out of here yet.
Thanks.
I think it's in here.
They're not attacking. What's going on?
Why are we worried about them?
Now the master's gone.
Okay, it's over here somewhere. It is so dark. I cannot see. I hear you. I just can't see you because it's dark. I'm sorry, guys. This is really hard to see right now. There it is. And there you have it. We officially got all the statues, and by getting all the statues, we win a knife. Oh, fun fact. I don't remember when I learned this, but do you see how we pushed that? Supposedly, when you do things like that, where it's like the long hold to pull that up,
All right.
it's actually a loading
Not
screen.
bad, Ada. You like thrill rides? You're gonna love this.
Sweet. Was it really necessary, though, to take out the hop on, sweetheart? I don't think so. I miss some of the old lines. Okay, so this right here, this is probably one of the worst parts. Whoa, on hardcore and pro. I'm not even gonna lie to you all. I don't know about all of you, but I have died so many times on hardcore and pro from this freaking ride. This isn't even supposed to be hard, but it makes me hate it. Come on. Actually, relax. It's okay. It's okay. I got this. Sorry, y'all. I'm just so focused right now. Can we not angle the camera? That's how I bump into things. That was pure luck. That did not kill me. Oh my gosh. I don't even care about the freaking boat right now. I don't care about don't damage the boat challenge. I just want to get out of there. Remember when she fell off in the original? This Ashley learned.
You alright?
I'm not sure that was insane. Mission accomplished, right?
Mission accomplished. When you're home safe.
Thank you for saving me.
Don't mention it.
You know, I could put in a word with my dad. Have you assigned to my detail, if you're interested.
You don't need me. You proved you could handle yourself. Even if you could use a lesson in knife safety. Come on. Let's go home.
Aww. So cute.
Condor 1? Roost to Condor 1, do you read me? Come in. I said come in. Is this thing even on? Leon! Leon, are you and Ashley all right? Where are you? Come on!
Oh, okay. I was like, what is going on? Oh, the music's off. So, just to talk a little bit about the game. So, one thing I didn't really notice at first because I wasn't paying attention. But I do know two things that were cut out. I'm sure there was probably more cut out from the original. But as far as gameplay goes, one of the things I actually missed, and I kind of wish it was in this game because it probably would have been really cool. It's not necessary. It would have just been cool. Is the laser. The lasers. I don't know if they came because of like the Resident Evil 2 movie or if the Resident Evil 2 movie copied that. I don't remember the years right now. But I always loved getting to do the laser room. I always thought it was so fun. It was nothing to it, to be honest. But they could have taken it and they could have, I don't know, they could have did the same thing or maybe made it cooler. Again, it's not necessary. But it was one of the things I noticed was gone. Hold on, I just want to, okay. Rain sounds. But the other thing I noticed was gone. I always called him Tung Tung. I still, to this day, do not know what that boss was called. But do you remember, like, that scorpion thing that had, like, the really long tongue and you fought it in, like, a cave? Again, it was another one that was really not necessary to this game. Like, I don't know who misses it. I don't really miss it. But I noticed he was gone. I honestly think it would just been a little annoying to have to fight him. But yes, I noticed those were two things that were gone. As far as it goes with the whole, like, lines being gone, look, I can understand why we can't look up Ashley's skirt. It was not necessary. I know some of you were sour about it, but it was really not necessary. As far as the lines go, I don't 100% think some of the lines need to be changed. I hope you can hear me over that freaking thunder that is going on in this game. But I don't think every line needed to be changed. Like, oh, hold on. Cutscene or still... Hold on, I'm sorry. Didn't know there was another cutscene coming.
Patch me through. I've obtained the amber.
Excellent.
Just one question. What are you planning to do with this?
I do not pay you to ask questions. All you need to know is a new dawn is breaking. 100 will give their lives so that just one may live. I am expediting that change.
So, we're talking millions of casualties.
Billions.
How ambitious. We're changing course, now.
Okay, so here's more credits. Am I fully blocking them? I don't know. I hope not. Let me move me really fast. I'm gonna block just a couple of credits. Okay, I think I'm not blocking on this side. But anyway, to continue my little ramble, I think when it comes to the old lines of the game, I don't think all of them needed to be removed. I mean, you can all give me your opinions on it if you'd like to, but I kind of feel like she really pushed it. That could have stayed. The hop on, sweetheart, the women. I don't know. Maybe to me, I didn't take them as offensive. So I don't know if anybody else did. I'm very open to hearing your opinions. But I personally just don't think all of the lines need to be changed. I don't remember every single one. But there are just ones where I just feel like it really wouldn't have mattered if they were in this game. So that's just my opinion on the whole lines issue. I miss some of the old lines. I miss the, I got gum. Look, I know smoking is bad. The game doesn't have to tell me what I already know. I think it would have been awesome to still have the, I got gum. Just think it was funnier. I think old Leon was funnier. Definitely the game was a lot campier. This one definitely took a more serious route. This gives me more Leon from the 6th game vibes, from what I remember. Leon from the 6th game, I just make jokes all the time that boy is done. Look, I haven't watched all of the movies. I don't know the whole lore. But based on what I do know, Leon was done. He is just done. But what I do appreciate about this Leon is now to go to like the characters themselves. I appreciate how tired his model looks because after all the crap that he's been through, I would be tired too. So I love that he looks like he hasn't slept in days. I kind of feel like the personality of this game was to reflect a little more of that storyline. I still think we could have had more of the Woody Leon. We got a little bit of it, don't get me wrong. But I do understand that boy is just tired. He is fed up. I really love how when Ramon was talking, he was just like, you talk too much. And he just shot him. Like, I vibe with that. As far as the character models go, I just really want to say, everyone looks so good. Like, I won't lie, I think Leon's model looks a little strange. Nothing to the actual face model. He is gorgeous. He looks great. So, nothing against him. Boy, I hope I am not mispronouncing, but looks fine. The, model, sometimes he just looks a little bit weird, but, you know, it is what it is. I still love him. As far as the other models go, I think everyone looks great. Like, I love the update to Luis a lot. Krauser looks good. Like, they both look fine. I think Ashley and Ada are my favorite two of the new model changes. I think they look perfect, especially Ada. Ada is so damn flawless. The outfit, the whole face, it's perfection to me. Now, the number one thing I've seen people talk about, and I do feel the same way, I don't think the voice acting is perfect for this game. I feel like when I first played, I was very bothered by it, but the more I've played, the more it's just kind of like, it's voice acting, it's there. The gameplay is still really great, the graphics are really great, so I'm not going to get upset over one thing. I do think some voice acting was worse than others, but you know what? I don't know if the people of this were true voice actors or if they're people that are just, they're getting started. You have to start somewhere. I think for what they had, they didn't do horribly. I do think, though, and it still makes me sad, that I personally don't like Ada's voice. I think she was my least favorite. However, woman did what she had to do. She came, she delivered, she tried. I don't think we should be bullying her. So shame on you if you were one of the people that bullied her. If you didn't, then good. We should not be bullying people for this stuff. It is honestly ridiculous. Grow up. They did what they had to do, and we should be happy we even had voice acting for the game. So I know people's opinions will change, but like I said, I didn't love the voice acting, but I'm used to it now. It's not the worst voice acting I've ever heard. It is a lot better than some of the super old games. Like, I mean super old. Remember House of the Dead, how, like, monotone and stuff they were? I don't even think the voice actors did bad. I just think it was, like, the technology of the time. So anyway, for me, what I didn't love was the voice acting, but I got used to it. What I did like was the gameplay. I love the new graphics. I really loved the gameplay the most. Yes, I said that like 3 times. I know. But I love that the buttons were updated. I remember when you played, it felt just, it wasn't as smooth as now. Like, I feel like you can turn a lot easier. The aiming is a bit easier. The old gameplay mechanics were not bad. I just know, like, they weren't for some people. Someone I know had trouble with them, but would have an easier time playing this version of the game. And as you've seen too, we had Mercenaries. Mercenaries was great. And supposedly, I know this has been talked about a lot now, so you guys probably already know about this, but Steam had some secret achievements come out for Resident Evil. I don't know when they'll come on the PlayStation. By the time you see this, they could even be on PlayStation. They could be on Xbox. I don't know. But supposedly, we could be looking forward to more DLC. I'm hoping that we may possibly get Ada and Wesker for the Mercenaries since they were originally part of it. I don't know if anything will go towards the original game, and a lot of people, including myself, are heavily hoping they bring separate ways. I really, really hope they do. I can understand if they don't, but I'm sure they know that is one of the most wanted things. I would really love to play as Ada. And if she does get her own thing, y'all need to be nice to the voice actress. Don't bully her. But anyway, just to summarize, I actually don't think the remake sucked. I actually like this remake. The original will always be my favorite. It holds a very special place in my heart. I played the original. I'm sure some of you did too. So many times. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I said I've played the original at least 20 times. That is not an exaggeration. I loved that game so much. In the comments, though, feel free to put your opinions about the game. I would love to know what they are. Like, did you like it? Why didn't you like it? I just don't want to see you go, no, I hated it. What am I supposed to do with that? That's not constructive criticism. I would definitely just like to know everyone's opinion on the game. Do you like this one better, the original? Why? Cool, we're about to see how well I did. Not very well.
Good work.
I took my time because I really don't care right now. We will not do that if we go for a harder one. So, something you'll probably see at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to say at the end too, just in case you're still watching. If you want to see me play hardcore next, I would appreciate getting at least 10 likes to know there's interest there. I will be doing a hand cannon run. It will be an exclusive ticket one once you win the exclusive ticket. I will be going for an S+ to win the chicken hat. And we will go from there for any more difficulties. I feel like there was something else I was just thinking of with that game. Oh, and I'll probably say this in the beginning as well. But my plan is to possibly not make it into parts like I did for this series where we get like a ton of them. I don't plan to do a full run where it's just like 5-hour video, I will probably cut it into parts, maybe hour-long parts at least, but I just wanted to give a heads up about that. So thank you for joining me on this journey through one of my, honestly, favorite games. I am excited to see what we do next, and this has been Princess Joyana. If you want to see more on this channel, as usual, stay tuned. Bye-bye.